looked at her early in the career, I thought, wow, this is kind of an homage to Mariah a little bit. Did you feel that?
I don't know when early in the career was.
Welcome to MsMojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the moments when celebrities embraced the shade on the longtime Bravo talk show.
Okay, hey, where do we start, okay? Please don't get me cross.
Number 20, Jenna Dewan on Beyonce. Sometimes guests are kicking hornets' nests before they know it, but Jenna Dewan knows she's just kicked the beehive.
The whole world is about to come for me right now. Beehive, I love Bay.
When Andy Cohen asks the dancer/actress about a pet peeve she has about pop singers' dancing skills, she demonstrates a particular way of walking in heels that irks her. Of course, Cohen presses her to give an example.
Okay, y'all gonna all kill me, but back in the day, Beyonce did that.
Her answer is an act of incredible bravery or foolishness, depending on how you look at it. Dewan insists that the icon has since improved her heel work. Still, it's quite a moment.
Have you ever worked with her?
No, but I worship her. She's like amazing.
I think the chances just went
I know, I don't think I'm being hired.
Yes.
Number 19, Bethenny Frankel and Jeff Lewis trade shade. Things are already tense enough on the set, as the Real Housewives of New York original and Andy Cohen are clearly hashing out some backstage drama in real time. But it's Bravo celebrity Jeff Lewis who throws fuel on the fire by subtly intimating that Bethenny Frankel's recap podcast is an unoriginal idea.
It's a show where I'm talking about things people might not have known. And I even defend, ironically, Kelly thinking about what might have been going on really in her mind in Scary Island and things that people wouldn't know about, the trips.
And no one's ever done a recap show for Housewives.
Well, no one.
Oh, that was the other thing.
Yeah, how's yours different? Let's promote it.
She hits right back about not being fired from her show. Lewis, of Flipping Out fame, was famously let go from Bravo at one point. Although he tries to deny that he meant anything shady by it, Frankel isn't one to let even a low-key dig go unchecked.
And that's why you're so bitter.
Yeah, not bitter at all. No, I let it in a better place.
Right, exactly. That's what they all say. Right, but...
No, I really did. I really did. I'm happy.
You said it. You opened the door, baby. Don't come for this bee unless you want to get shot.
Number 18, Lisa Rinna shades Nicollette Sheridan. Former The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills cast member and Days of Our Lives star Lisa Rinna is famously protective of her husband, actor Harry Hamlin. But when she brought up his ex, Desperate Housewives actress Nicollette Sheridan, it touched off a social media war.
How did you feel about the accusations by Nicollette Sheridan against your marriage?
Yeah, That's how.
Sheridan accused Rinna of lying about how her marriage to Hamlin ended. Rinna's response in the clubhouse proves that actions speak louder than words. But even after making her rude gesture for the cameras, she has to get another dig in.
She started following me on Twitter the other day.
Yeah, I bet she did. She probably needs a job.
Number 17, Vivica A. Fox calls out 50 Cent. What should have been a standard promo appearance for her stint on Empire became a tea-dumping session when Vivica A. Fox arrived in the clubhouse. Andy Cohen asks her about former Flame 50 Cent's alleged criticism of the show for its amount of queer storylines.
You know, the pot calling the kettle black is all I'm saying.
Ooh. The pot calling the kettle black. Huh.
Whoa.
Her awkward but scandalous response has Cohen and fellow guest Kandi Burruss desperate for more info. Fox doesn't even backtrack right away. She lets that implication sit and stew for a minute before adding fuel to the fire by bringing up a magazine cover featuring her ex and Soulja Boy.
That made me kind of go,
I am so glad we are supersized tonight because we have a lot to talk about.
Number 16, Pink calls out Kim Kardashian. If a celebrity subtweets someone, it'll probably haunt them all the way to watch what happens live. In this 2017 episode, singer and human slingshot Pink fields a question about some Twitter shade everyone assumed was about Kim Kardashian. She doesn't just confirm it, she gives a reason.
Honestly, she went in on Bette Midler. And if you go in on Bette Midler, you're probably gonna hear from me.
The 2016 post came after a social media spat between Kardashian and legendary performer Bette Midler. The former's attempts to call the Beaches star out for being a fake friend annoyed Pink, who is a die-hard fan of Midler. What's more, she's not sorry at all.
It was
She's my everything.
Yeah. Okay.
She's
Just
my
make sure that
everything.
you do that.
I will.
Okay, good.
She's amazing.
Okay.
Number 15, Ramona Singer offends Vicki Gunvalson. These two OG Real Housewives almost got into it in the clubhouse. Orange County star Vicki Gunvalson may have been on the first franchise, but Ramona Singer insists that the Real Housewives of New York put the entire brand on the map. In fact, she goes so far as to say that no one even knew about Real Housewives of Orange County before the New York edition came along.
Oh, there's nothing. No one really knew about OC. Let's New York Housewives.
I can't even believe you said that news.
The great thing is, Singer probably doesn't even understand how shady this is. It's the kind of self-absorption we've come to know and love, or love to hate, from her.
New York Times, Wall Street, New Yorker, Post. My girls are kicked out of school. You were on all those. No, I'm not kidding you.
Number 14, Cyndi Lauper talks about We Are the World. In 2018, megawatt musician and producer Quincy Jones made comments about the Girls Just Wanna Have Fun artist's dislike for his 1985 charity hit, We Are the World. Jones took issue with Cyndi Lauper's purported disdain for the song. A fan called in to watch what happens live and asked Lauper about this. She actually takes it all in stride.
I thought, I heard we say feed the world, and I kind of got so into that, we are the world, it reminded me, it was catchy though.
That opens her up to talk about the song itself, and that's when things get shady. Lauper insists she never would have told Jones that she hated his song, but that doesn't mean she never said it at all.
I've always been polite to him though, and I never would say to him that I hate the song. I told my manager that he shouldn't have told the guy.
Number 13, Kelly Clarkson's plausible deniability. During a game of Plead the Fifth, Andy Cohen, being himself, dredges up the singer and future daytime talk show host's tweet citing, quote, pitchy strippers. At the time, this was seen as shade towards Miley Cyrus's infamous VMAs performance in 2013. However, Kelly Clarkson reiterates that she never said who it was about, but she doesn't do much to convince us.
I never said Miley Cyrus.
You
the fact that I tweeted pitchy stripper and people thought Miley Cyrus is not my problem.
She makes it clear that it's not her fault other people thought the label applied to Cyrus's performance, which just makes it even shadier. Cohen's attempts to get her to cop to it are just as hilarious.
You're trying to manipulate me.
Okay.
I'm gonna drink more. Soon, still I'll say the truth.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, if I have this sip, I'll have more of my wits about me.
And then I can blame it on the alcohol.
Yes.
Number 12. Joan Rivers gives John Travolta a backhanded compliment. When the legendary comedian saw an opening, she took it. Here, Cohen asks Joan Rivers a fan question. What gay man would she love to take to bed if she were a gay man himself? She doesn't hesitate to throw down a name.
Current or past?
I think anything.
John Travolta. No question.
This is peak shade because it's a compliment in a way. However, the implications are loud and clear. But she does her due diligence in adding a legally protective caveat to the end of it. To not get hit with a slander lawsuit. Not that anyone can even hear this over the raucous laughter of fellow guest Rashida Jones and the studio audience.
But he'd have to wear the wig.
Oh, he'd have to wear the wig? Okay, very good.
If he were gay.
Number 11, Kenya Moore versus Michael Rapaport. Leave it to this The Real Housewives of Atlanta star to shade someone's entire career. No, existence, right in front of them.
I appreciate you being a fan, though. Thank you for watching. Keep the cable on. But a new job would help with that.
While Andy Cohen swears he didn't mean to book these two Twitter enemies on the same show, he can't help but bring up some unkind comments Rapaport made about Moore. Let's just say she's unimpressed. Not just with his comments, but with his entire being.
Anything you want to get off your chest about him to start?
I mean, peasants can't summon queens, so.
The two smile like they're having the time of their lives, but their insults say otherwise. They trade barbs so well that Moore starts to wonder if Rapaport is angling for his own peach.
You do know that housewives are women, right?
Yes, I do, I know.
We're not giving out any peaches.
Number 10, Christina Aguilera on Eminem. When Aguilera appeared on the show, she was subject to Cohen's segment Plead the Fifth, in which hard-hitting questions are asked in a short amount of time.
Why do you think he has held on to this beef with you for so long?
That's a question for him to answer. I don't know. I don't know what's going on there.
Cohen asked Aguilera how she felt towards Eminem, who has used her name in at least 2 songs. The Real Slim Shady in 2000 and a Freestyle in 2018. We have to see the shade she throws as a little justified, however, as in the first song, Eminem refers to her promiscuity amongst peers, and in the second, crudely refers to her breasts, among other inappropriate comments.
Were you surprised last year when your name was on his lips again?
Yeah, I mean that's real thirsty. I don't know what's going on. That's real in the past, and you know it was thirsty then, it's thirsty now.
Aguilera refers to the rapper as thirsty, yet in this case, we take it to mean desperate for attention more than anything else.
You know, it's not nice to go after anybody, especially a female, and in this business. And now what we're looking at and seeing, and things that are coming to the forefront, it's just, you know, get a new gig. You know, have something else to talk about.
Number 9, Nene Leakes on fellow Real Housewives of Atlanta wives. When Nene Leakes appeared on the show, she was basically handed the opportunity to throw shade on a silver platter.
Sheree is saying that she would never tell me anything. I wouldn't be the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 100. Well, I would tell you right away the wig is a no.
A video of the Real Housewives of Atlanta was shown, with the wives gossiping about Nene behind her back. Andy Cohen then asked her if she wanted to respond, and of course she obliged.
If I were in love, Nene would not be the first person I would tell about it.
Is too much.
She proceeded to rattle off all of the insults she'd just watched and responded to each in a rapid fire of shade bullets. On top of this shade, when the video was shown, Nene appeared in the corner of the screen reacting to the footage as it played, in the style of a sports commentator. It was basically a shade-a-thon.
I have not talked to Nene in almost 2 years because she sounds like a totally different person. Okay. Look like one, sound like one. I really didn't even know that she was there. I thought she was like part of the decoration.
Nene's nose.
She looked different too.
Yes, she did cut
off
off half her nose, but the one that's still left is quite big. That's nosy Nene.
Number 8, Wendy Williams on Lisa Vanderpump. Oh, the housewives, a constant source of shade.
My question is, how do you feel about Lisa Vanderpump leaving Beverly Hills?
Who?
When a caller to the show asked her about her thoughts on Lisa Vanderpump, Williams immediately responded with, "Who?" She then went on to imply that all of these housewives are essentially replaceable, with one taking the spotlight only to be replaced by another after the former's 15 minutes of fame have passed.
The thing is that I love Lisa Vanderpump, but these people don't understand. Me, you, everybody is replaceable. And I think that Camille Grammer has come in and put the hammer down.
Williams ends the quick rant with, "I don't care." We can't disagree with Williams here, as every week there seems to be a new kid on the Posh Housewives block. Let's call this justified shade.
I think that Lisa Rinna is a formidable opponent. Lisa Vanderpump, I don't care.
Number 7, 50 Cent on Jay-Z. Rapper feuds are a dime a dozen, and they also make the occasional appearance on talk shows.
Is it scary at all?
No, you just have to have an expression on your face like, what is the matter with you?
When 50 Cent appeared on Watch What Happens Live, he too was given the opportunity to play Plead the Fifth. He answered the other questions as politely as he could, and made the audience laugh more than once.
Did you date?
No.
No.
I just took pictures. We took pictures with each other like in Australia.
Yeah.
At the MTV Award, and I posted pictures, so
okay.
You know, social network, and people say all kinds of things.
Okay.
When asked which hip hop star he considered to be overrated, he said Jay-Z. Although he followed it up by saying Jay-Z himself would admit this to himself.
Who is the most overrated hip hop star of all time?
Overrated?
Yeah.
I mean, Jay-Z, he would say he was overrated. Rather be overrated than underpaid.
50 Cent might seem tough in his music, but he's always a bit of a charmer on talk shows. His shade towards Jay-Z didn't even sound rude or insulting. Number 6, Zoe Kravitz on Lily Allen. Zoe clearly isn't a fan of Lily Allen. Allen had recently written a book detailing her tour with Kravitz's band Lola Wolf. She claimed that the two grew close and ended up kissing. Kravitz clearly had a different version of the story, and was compelled to say so following a viewer's question.
I was wondering if Lily Allen warned you that she was going to write about the two of you kissing in her autobiography, and how did that come about?
Who's Lily Allen?
Reminiscent of our Wendy Williams entry, Kravitz began by saying, "Who's Lily Allen?" She then went on to say that Allen didn't kiss her, but actually attacked her with the kiss.
If by kissing she means like attacking, then yes.
Oh.
She kissed me.
Oh.
I don't like it.
attacked me.
When Cohen asked her if she'd read the book, she said she didn't think anybody had read the book. Now that is some serious shade.
Did you read the book?
I don't think anybody read the book.
Number 5, Billy Porter on Mariah Carey. Mariah Carey's 2014 Rockefeller Center tree lighting performance is implanted in the memories of everyone at this point as a complete disaster. Billy Porter himself performed at the event, and when a caller asked him what the vibe was like following the infamous Carey performance, he simply put his head back and awkwardly smiled. He then went on to say that the situation was pandemonium all day, and those present for the event and its preparations were not surprised by the dismal result.
It was pandemonium all day, though.
Really?
Let me just say, it didn't look cute from the beginning.
This leaves much to the imagination, but we can tell Porter is being as polite as possible, and Cohen moves on before he can add anything more.
It was not a surprise to those of us who had been there all day.
Number 4, Paris Hilton on Lindsay Lohan. Paris Hilton had her own turn in the Plead the Fifth hot seat and was asked to say 3 nice things about her then enemy Lindsay Lohan.
Paris, you have recently said that you never want Lindsay Lohan's name spoken in the same sentence as yours. Paris, say 3 nice things about Lindsay Lohan.
We can see the seething hatred in her expression before Cohen even finishes his sentence, and it's then followed by an awkward pause.
She's beyond.
Okay, that's one. That's a pretty nice one to say that she's beyond.
Lame and embarrassing.
We're not sure about that first one, it could go either way. Paris Hilton's lingo can be confusing at times, but we're sure she would have given far more colorful adjectives had she not been on live television. Number 3, Patti LuPone on Madonna. Now here's a woman who doesn't hold back.
I did meet her after her opening night party, and the only thing that Madonna has ever said to me was, "I'm taller than you."
Patti LuPone is a Broadway actress and has performed as Eva Perón on stage, as Madonna did in the film adaptation. When Cohen asked her what she thought of Madge's performance in the film, she seemed to pause for a second and consider her answer, but then just decided to speak her mind.
What did you think of her role in Evita?
Well, I was on the treadmill, and I would, when MTV used to have videos,
Yes.
right? And I saw, I believe it was Buenos Aires, and I thought it was a piece of shit.
She called Madonna's Evita a piece of crap, and then went on to call the singer a movie killer, criticized her acting, and claimed she should stay away from film and stage in an acting capacity, as she is not an actress. Ouch.
Madonna is a movie killer. She's dead behind the eyes. She cannot act her way out of a paper bag. She should not be in film or on stage. She's a wonderful, performer for what she does, but she is not an actress.
Number 2, Naomi Campbell on Nicki Minaj and Cardi B. Naomi Campbell is definitely not known for her modesty or for keeping her thoughts to herself.
And I'm going to say it because I told it to Karine Rockford to her face, so I don't think it's something I can't say.
At New York Fashion Week, Nicki Minaj and Cardi B had an altercation at the Harper's Bazaar Icons after party, which resulted in Cardi B being escorted out, sporting a bump on her forehead. Campbell was asked for her thoughts on the situation and began her answer by saying that she doesn't know why it was called the Icons Party, as there were no icons present.
What did you think about Nicki and Cardi's altercation at Fashion Week? You were at that party, right?
No, it was called the Icon Party, but there were no icons there.
Ouch. She then went on to express her disappointment in the two women. Campbell was equally shady when asked about Kendall Jenner.
Peter the Meteor wants to know your views on Kendall Jenner being the highest paid model while saying she cherry picks her jobs and could never do 30 shows in a season.
Next question.
We kind of expect this from her at this point.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications.
Number 1, Mariah Carey on Jennifer Lopez.
She says you know her.
Okay, I know you know what? I'm very forgetful.
Mariah Carey is a character. After an interview in which she claimed not to know Jennifer Lopez, Carey was asked again if she knew J.Lo.
When you were last on, there was the moment where you said, I don't know her. And then she said, I know
long
her.
Ago. I can't believe people still make such a big deal out
know,
of
but
it.
do you know each other?
No!
She once again repeated that she did not, and went on to say that the two have only shaken hands and politely greeted each other.
I'm forgetful.
Yes.
Because I don't remember the fact that it was just like, hi, I'm so-and-so, and then move on. And then like, hi, that's it.
Right.
If I had never had a conversation with you and someone asked me about you, I'd be like, I don't know him, but he seems cool.
However, Carey is known for being quite the diva, as can be seen in other WWHL appearances where she makes comments on Demi Lovato and Ariana Grande.
What about Ariana Grande? Do you know her?
No.
Lopez has apparently claimed that the two do in fact know each other. Confused? So are we. But Carey stands her ground on not being in the know with J.Lo, and this can be seen as shady, as she is adamant in her denial, and it appears a little condescending.
Does she seem cool?
I don't know her.
Right.
Like, what am I supposed to say? Like, I'm not gonna put on a thing like, oh, we're all Hollywood and let's just all pretend we're best friends because like we're in that land.
Did these shady moments give you everything you needed, or were you thirsty for more tea? Let us know in the comments.
I have no issue with you, Bethenny.
You just said, why would you do a recap like it's never been done before?
And
Did he shade or did he not shade?
Do you agree with our picks? Check out this other recent clip from MsMojo and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.